Hey everyone, it's Diabetic Danica. This is empty. Today I'm going to be talking about drinking and diabetes. No, not just drinking water, I'm talking about alcoholic drinks. So drinking can be kind of dangerous, right? So drinking with diabetes is another level of risk, I guess you could say. So I personally am not a big drinker. For a couple different reasons. One reason would be that I just don't love the taste of alcohol. There's certain drinks that I like. I really like mojitos. I really like champagne, and I also will drink a beer or wine every once in a while. But I think overall the taste of alcohol is kind of Another reason I don't drink excessively is just because I don't want to feel like I'm out of control or losing control. I like to know that I am in control of what I'm doing at all times. Another reason why I don't really get drunk, I just remembered this later on, is because I think I really just value feeling good and feeling healthy. As a diabetic, there's a lot of times when your blood sugar is too high or too low and you don't feel your best. And I think since I just value those times when I do feel great, like I don't want to ruin that by drinking too much and feeling bad. So yeah, I cherish those healthy, good feeling moments. Another reason would probably be my Christian faith. Like I said, I don't think it's really the best thing ever to get drunk. And lastly, I would say diabetes kind of plays a role in this because I personally, for me, just don't think it's very safe to get drunk, that is. A drink here and there, that's fine, but I feel like for me, getting drunk would not be the best option. What I would worry about is that if I were to get really, really drunk and let's say even pass out, people wouldn't know if that was from drinking or from diabetes. Maybe I wasn't even that drunk. Maybe I just went really low and I passed out. But everyone at the party would be like, oh my gosh, she's so wasted. Like, she passed out, man, she went hard tonight. When really I just needed sugar. And I think that is just so terrifying. Like, the only person in charge of my diabetes right now is me. And if I was intoxicated, I don't want that person taking care of my diabetes. Like, would you want a drunk person to be taking care of your blood sugars and your insulin doses and your carbohydrate counts? No. So that really scares me too, that I could go home after being super drunk and then I would be left with the responsibility of having to care for my blood sugars, and I feel like I wouldn't do a good job if I was intoxicated because it's hard enough already. So I don't completely not have alcohol. Like, if I have a drink, I'll have a drink or two, but I just don't get drunk. Does that make sense? So I'm still going to be giving some tips about drinking with diabetes in this video because this video isn't about not drinking, it's about drinking. So when I do drink, how do I manage my blood sugars? Basically, alcohol really lowers... Speaking of lowering blood sugar, I am going down. So alcohol really, really lowers blood sugar. And when I first found that out, I was kind of surprised because for some reason I just felt like it would raise it because it's quote unquote bad for you. And I feel like every other food or drink that's bad for you raises your blood sugar. But honestly, alcohol kind of works like insulin in terms of lowering your blood sugar. So what I do when I have alcohol is I always try to eat something with it so that I don't go low. And most of the time this is pretty easy because you're already at a restaurant or a bar or someplace that serves food. That's just if it's a basic alcoholic drink, like a beer. But if it's a frou-frou drink, like a margarita or a mojito or something that has all that sugar in it, then I just don't bolus for the drink at all, because although the sugar part obviously has carbs and I need to bolus for that usually, the alcohol kind of counterbalances that because the alcohol will lower your blood sugar and that sugary stuff will raise it, so hopefully you meet somewhere in the middle by not bolusing for it. But then I would bolus for my food. I'm still trying to fine tune this though, because like I said, I don't drink a lot, so the couple times I've done it, this is kind of what I've been experimenting with. So obviously find out what works for you. If you found a better method, please stick to that. But this is just kind of things that I've been trying when it comes to alcohol, because alcohol definitely lowers my blood sugar. The other scary thing about alcohol is that it actually depletes the glycogen stores in your liver. So those are the stores that if your blood sugar, even non-diabetics, gets super, super low, your liver spits out extra glycogen that turns into glucose to help raise your blood sugar. But not only does alcohol lower your blood sugar, it also lowers those stores in your liver. And this is the scariest thing ever when I found this out. That means that if you get the emergency shot, glucagon, the red thing that is it for if you pass out from a low blood sugar, if somebody gives that to you, it won't work. This is so scary to me. Because the way the glucagon works is that it makes your liver dump out all that extra sugar. And if there's no sugar there, nothing's gonna happen. So if you were to drink a lot and your blood sugar crashed and you passed out, the only option left would be to go to the hospital and get an IV of glucose. So that's just crazy to me. So definitely eat while you're drinking. I'd say if you are into partying and getting drunk, make sure you're with a really good group of friends that are gonna look out for you and that know you're diabetic. I think that's really important because that way, you know, if you were to pass out, let's say, worst case scenario, they would know that it might not just be alcohol, it might be your blood sugar, and they would know what to do to fix it. They would know to check your blood sugar or to bring you to the hospital or whatever you want to tell them that you feel most comfortable with. And you got to make sure not to separate from that group at all because you don't want to get into a situation where you can't take care of yourself. And hopefully you already have a designated driver, somebody that's not going to be drinking, that can kind of look out for you and your blood sugars and check in with you. Also keep in mind that alcohol can make your blood sugar go low hours later, so coincidentally that's usually while you're asleep that night, and that's pretty scary. So make sure that if you don't have a CGM, that you are waking up to check your blood sugar if you can, like set an alarm, or just make sure your blood sugar is really good before going to bed, eat a snack, all that good stuff. And anything you can do to make sure that you're not going low in the middle of the night. So obviously, just like everything else, you can drink alcohol with diabetes, you know, as long as you're willing to put in the extra work, the extra management. Maybe when you're first starting off drinking, start with like 1 drink and see how your body responds, and then like try 2 and see how your body responds, just so that you know how to manage your diabetes while having fun. So make good choices, guys, and make sure to keep an eye on your blood sugars while you're having alcohol. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you don't drink unless you're of age. And make sure to leave me a comment down below if your body does something differently than what I said when you drink, because we can always use more insight and more opinion. As we know, every diabetic is a little bit different. And like I said, I don't have a lot of experience drinking. So if you have something to add, please do so below. Or if you've heard some new research about drinking and diabetes that you would like to share. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon. Bye.